What's up, guys? I'm Kevin, and I'm a Crown Town nerd. Welcome to our first show. Give us a little bit over the next couple weeks as we try to figure out this whole podcast thing. This is new to us, and we're ready to bring you the 704 of nerdiness. Well, basically, guys, today's topic is on none other than the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, 2017 rendition. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys my thoughts, my review, everything on this movie. And there may be some spoilers, so alert, guys, spoiler alert. If you haven't already seen the Power Rangers, which has been out almost 2 full weeks now, and plan on it and don't want to be spoiled, you might want to cut this podcast off now and come back later. Well, anyway, to give all those who aren't familiar with the Power Rangers a quick summary of what this is a show based upon 5 teenagers who get called upon by a guy named Zordon in order to basically help defend the world in Angel Grove against alien forces such as Rita Repulsa. It's one of the greatest, if not the greatest show out of the 90s. Perfect nostalgia. It took everything you wanted as a child. It took Godzilla, Transformers, Teenage Love in there, Saved by the Bell. That was rolled up in there. This thing gave you everything you wanted. It gave you... you had monsters in rubber suits battling in the 90s. What kid did not want that? Period. I'm not going to lie. I was totally nervous about this movie going into it. I followed it every step along the way. From the time that they announced it, from the time that they selected the cast, all the way up to watching it on July 23rd, a day early in the movie theaters. Because that's who I am. What's my thoughts on this movie, guys? Which version do you want? Do you want the fanboy that's inside of me, just like everybody else that was male and in their 30s in that movie theater along with me? Or do you want the realistic version? First off, I'm going to give you the fanboy. The movie, guys, quite frankly, awesome. If you ain't seen it yet, what are you waiting for? Really, what are you waiting for? The nostalgia alone should put you in that theater seat, spending $5 for a matinee and $10 for the premiere show if you want to. I don't understand how you have not seen this movie. This movie touched every part of the Power Rangers in which you love. You caught its morphin time. You had Megazord battles. You had a Goldar battle. Basically, this movie was Day of the Dumpster pilot episode of the Power Rangers movie form. That's legitimately what this was. They fought Goldar in the first one and everything. The movie just... they even went as far as to give you the classic theme song from the 95 movie. Come on, guys. They designed this movie for the 30-year-old man to go see. So he finally can get an adult version of the Power Rangers. 'Cause I don't know about y'all, but when I saw Dark Knight, when it first came out, the thought I truly had was, damn, that's how all superhero movies should be made. And then, of course, they started going that way, but I had said from day one that it is exactly how a Power Rangers film should go. Now let's dive in, though. Alright, guys? Let's dive into this. Because if I give you my real, true, unbiased opinion, it's a good movie. Real good movie. Strong movie. Not great. Putting that fanboy aside... Good damn movie. But it's flawed. I'm going to start off with the good points of the movie. Good. Boom. Right out the gate, they hit you in the face with just awesomeness. You enter into the movie onto a battlefield where Zordon is battling Rita, and it looks as if Rita has pretty much had her way with these Power Rangers. Zordon's crawling through the ground as if he's barely holding on for life. He climbs up to the Yellow Ranger. He collects her power coin. He then buries the power coins into the ground as Rita Repulsa, approaches, and they have a little dialect back and forth, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, Zordon blows that bee up, And that's pretty much it. So millions of years go by, and basically now you're in Angel Grove, modern day. They bring in the cast by, first off, guys, the cast was a very, very strong suit of this movie. And it needed it, and I'll explain why later. But Naomi Scott as Kimberly, Dacre Montgomery played Jason, Ludi Lynn played Zach, Becky G played Trini, and R.J. Kyler played Billy the Blue Ranger. Bryan Cranston was Zordon, Elizabeth Banks played Rita Repulsa, and Bill Hader was Alpha 5. Aye. I had to, come on. But that cast there, do not do like the series does and start changing the cast out. Do not do that. Because this cast, you can build a franchise around. They brought life and character and depth to these characters, unlike we've ever seen before with a TV show. The relationships that they developed, it seemed genuine, legitimately. Billy and Jason, starting out, they're in detention. Billy's there simply because he blew up his locker doing a science project. Jason's there because he had a school prank where he broke, it looks like appeared to have stole another school's mascot and got caught for it. So he's in detention. Billy's getting picked on by a bully, which Jason steps in and gives that guy the most hurtful cinematic bitch slap I've ever seen. Seriously. The bitch slap alone is worth the price of admission to see this film. And almost immediately after that bitch slap, Billy befriends Jason. Well, I'm not going to give you the entire movie. I just can't. That is not who I am. I'm definitely going to give you spoilers and bits and stuff, but I can't give you every detail, because let's call it what it is, guys. I ain't got all day to sit here and do this. No one wants to hear me talk that long. But, to finish the overall good of this movie, the suits. As much as I hated the promo pictures, as much as I hated the toys when I saw them, the Power Ranger suits are hot. Those things are fire. On the screen, they're ridiculous. The details in them. No wonder they couldn't transfer that to a toy. It makes perfect sense. The Zords. The Zords also were pretty cool. A little different. I kind of preferred the older Zords. That's just me. These ones were a little hard to make out, which certain ones were, like Mastodon and stuff like that. I never called a Mastodon from that thing. Elizabeth Banks is Rita Repulsa. At times, was phenomenal. And scary. Don't forget scary, because when she first comes in there, that looked like some demented Emily Rose type stuff. It was pretty freaky. She did a pretty good job as Rita Repulsa, I think, overall. The only problem I had with her is once the movie really got going, she went from evil and scary to more of campy and more of the 90s style TV show Rita Repulsa, instead of this new fierce version that we were seeing early on. That would be the only thing she did wrong. But all in all, great Rita Repulsa performance. Bill Hader's Alpha 5. As much as I did not like Alpha 5's concept art, I gotta say, I didn't hate his character in this movie. He wasn't half as annoying as Alpha 5 in the 90s. Aye. That is annoying. The way they threw it in here, they toned it down. Aye. I didn't hate Bill Hader. I did not hate him at all. But guys, with good comes bad. And bad. There's only a few complaints I have with this movie. I'm going to start with the smaller ones first. 1, Ludi Lynn and Becky G. almost as if they weren't even a part of the Power Rangers. Their characters, if I was them, I would have been a little offended by the fact that our characters didn't get half the airtime or love that Kimberly, Billy, and Jason got. They definitely were the focal points out of the group. Becky G and Ludi Lynn were just kind of side characters the way I felt. Product placement. Oh my God. Now guys, I've seen product placement in tons and tons of movies. From Man of Steel to the Ghostbusters, I've seen a lot of product placement. Power Rangers took this thing to a whole new level. I'm from the South. Therefore, I love Krispy Kreme donut. That is the only donut worth buying in my opinion. And if you didn't feel that way before, Power Rangers and Saban pretty much made you want Krispy Kreme by the time you walked out of the theater. The whole basis of this movie was around a product placement. The Zero Crystal was stored inside of a Krispy Kreme donut. Really. Now, that was kind of funny, I'm not going to lie. Because earlier in the movie, you saw Kimberly and Trini during the training session have a little, I guess, fork fight with a bite of donut at Krispy Kreme. Then Billy finds out the Zeo Crystal is located at Krispy Kreme. Then Rita has them captured. And she might have said Krispy Kreme 15, 20 times before the movie ended. Not to mention, the main battle happens right around a Krispy Kreme, where you see Rita Repulsa take a time out from destroying Angel Grove to take a nice, delicious bite of a donut. How much money did Krispy Kreme truly sink into this project? I'm going to leave it at that. Again, it wasn't bad. It was kind of funny. Don't do this in the part 2. Like, one time, ha. Please, guys, do not make this a habit to do product placement so much to where you might as well have fed me a Krispy Kreme donut. What was my biggest gripe of all? Guys, the fanboy in me only had one complaint, and one complaint only did the fanboy have. There wasn't enough suit time. I get it. This is an origin story, and I totally understand that. But I should not have to wait until the final 20 minutes to see these guys morph. And then, they didn't have a morpher. He doesn't say it's morphin' time, you just heard it played over top. 10 out of 10. Guys, go see the movie though. It's fun, you'll enjoy it. I mean, top to bottom, this thing, I've watched it 3 times now. Legitly went and saw it yesterday. In between takes of recording this review for you, just so I could re-soak it in and not BS you. I saw it 3 times, and all 3 times I was up and entertained and hype as hell when they morph. Guys, I don't know how else to bring it to you. I don't know how else to tell you. You need to go see this film and support it. Don't wait for Redbox. Don't watch it on your Fire Stick. Don't bootleg it any which way. Take that $6 to $10 of whatever the price of the ticket that your theater charges you and spend it. That way you can get a part 2, because believe me when I tell you folks, this movie is good enough for your $10, but it's definitely a good enough investment of that $10 for the next film to come, which I know everyone is going to be hyped about. I have a feeling Lord Zed's going to make an appearance. We already know Tommy Oliver will. And I wouldn't be shocked if Scorpina shows up in the next one. Just throwing that out there. So guys, I'm going to leave you with this. If you're if you're anywhere from 20 to 35 years old and a male, I know you've already seen you are a fan of some sort of Power Rangers in your life. Go see this movie. You got kids, take them. Put them on Power Rangers, have fun. I'll see you guys on the next movie review. Until then, it's morphin' time.